Did something to upset Disciple Zarel. Gotta kill the slave and fetch back the leather, or the bosses in Moonrise will have Thrin's hide. Anyway, the hunt's not over yet. Got the moving rubble. Need to clear a path through to some ruins. The Absolute wants something tucked away in there, and where to find it. Oh. Time you got across the Ebon Lake, madam. Nothing more to be done on this side. The stolen boots will do nicely as proof. A drow such as yourself could name her prize then, I reckon. Oh. But your blood earns you one more chance. Got enough on my plate as it is. No harm in checking. Myconids! Those bloody walking rot flowers left half my squad dead. Finished flapping that mouth of yours. Good. Oh. Not that it's all too smart to question a drow and a true soul, mind you. A bleeding heart, are you? Reckon I'll just roast and eat it. No harm. Every army needs grunts to run in and die first. Even the Absolutes. Oh! Well met, madam. The whole lot? Did you find boots on that gnome? I'm to kill the runaway. But she's holed up with Myconids. Besides, we're talking about a slave. I'm on a hunt. Got a runaway slave to kill. Need to fetch back the boots she stole from Sergeant Thrin. Anyone who stands against her, stands against us, is going to wind up a slave or a corpse. Ha! Right. I'll mop up here. You get across the Ebon Lake. Find Sergeant Thrin. She'll reward you. Changed your mind. Thought you were here to help. The stolen boots will do nicely as proof. A drow such as yourself could name their prize then, I reckon. Squad of my kin camping in some ruins. Pack of gnome slaves there too. Get the leather. I ain't wasting more words on you until it's done. Ah! Not that it's all too smart to question a true soul. You want to take those boots to Sergeant Thrin in the camp across the Ebon Lake. My God. Going to turn the world on its head. But a slave's a slave. Try not to fight too much. You've no use if you're damaged. Hey, well met. Not too sharp, are you? Look for a dwergar with a sour mug and bare feet. The stolen boots will do nicely as proof. A drow such as yourself could name his prize then, I reckon. Well, look at that. Swift work. You could teach our slaves a thing or two. Ha! Might help make shorter work of this mess. That's right. You are a true soul. Fine. Suppose I'll just eat you then. Didn't say you could leave, did I? Another step and you'll get a kiss off my axe. Well, you done mucking about yet? And if you ain't who you say you are, I reckon you're fair game. You're not sun scum. You should know not to make that much noise. Ah! Huh? Absolute's teachings say that anyone who doesn't bow to her is the enemy. But that comes later. Boots first. Then you'll get what's coming to you. You move pretty quietly. Not quietly enough for my liking, though. Not as alone as we'd like. Huh. So that's how it's gonna be. Sounds like a runt that needs putting down. Good. And good riddance. You'd best have proof, though. Thrin will want more than just your word. Good. Can't let some runt make fools of the Absolute's warriors. Hunting. Slave ran away. Took Sergeant Thrin's boots. Could have tried that before. Saved me some time. Falling down a deep, dark hole is the kindest death you'll find in the Underdark. Time you got across the Ebon Lake, sir. Nothing more to be done on this side. The stolen boots will do nicely as proof, and a true soul like yourself could name their prize then, I reckon. Time you got across the Ebon Lake, true soul. Nothing more to be done on this side. She's a deep gnome slave with fancy boots. The only one down here. Let's make this quick. Tracking a runaway slave, deep gnome. Stole boots from my sergeant. More like us and a bunch of gnome slaves. Help? You don't even know what you'd be up against. Not like me to overlook one of the Absolute's chosen. Let myself get distracted. Listen up, then. What part of not wasting words didn't penetrate your skull? Oh, we'll see. Have no fear of that. How goes the hunt? A deep gnome with boots too good for a slave. That's all I know. You're a liability, hookbait. I'll decide how many steps and breaths you've got left. Still, got to get through them and hunt down some runaway property. Look for a Dwergar with bare feet and a face like thunder. You can't miss her. Clumsy son scum! I felt you! Fumbling about in my head. You'll pay for that! That's so. Maybe you're less useless than you look. Absolute's work needs doing right here. Won't happen again. I am pain. I am torment. I am death. That's so. Show me your brand, then. I'll wait here. She'll make a run for it eventually. Then I'll get her. Wasn't expecting one of you drow to join the hunt. Praise the Absolute. Bet a true soul can make those mushrooms choke on their spores. Do what you will with the body. I couldn't care less. Burning those into just anyone now, are they? Sergeant told me to. Doesn't look like you're showering yourself in glory so far. Bumbling around down here. You got a bloody rot flower for company? Must have let it get in your head. My axe will fix that in no time. All settled around here. I reckon it's a good time for you to see the others across the Ebon Lake. Guess what that makes you? You'll want to take those to Sergeant Thrin in the camp. Told you. Hunting. Slave ran away. Took Sergeant Thrin's boots. I'll stay back here. See if I can find some more gnomes. A few more, and I reckon I could become a true soul. You're not the gnome I'm hunting. Good. Do well, and there might be a reward for you back at camp. I suppose the sound of me cracking your nut would carry down here. Come on in, hookbait. I want to get this over with quick. I take nothing I don't want to. Time you stopped sucking air. What's this? Got ourselves an infiltrator. Bad enough you're making a racket. Worse that you're lying as well. Right then, let's get you out of the way. Hold it! You swore an oath to the Absolute. Time to make good on it.
Ah!
If you take those boots to Sergeant Thrin, she'll owe you. As you like. I guess you'll be heading to the camp across the Ebon Lake. The stolen boots will do nicely as proof. And a true soul like yourself could name her prize then, I reckon. But spoil my hunt, and you're dead. You're either brave or stupid to be worried about your purse in these parts. You drow can be light on your feet. Must have been why you were sent to join the hunt. Praise the Absolute. Maybe you'll even be allowed into the Absolute's ranks. Slave's got herself some protection. Hiding up there in a myconid circle. Sooner I get rid of this one, the sooner I can get back to doing the Absolute's work. A purebred dog of war from that snarl. You can walk. Got 'em clearing rubble. We've got orders from Moonrise to reach some old ruins. There's something the Absolute wants tucked away in there. Show you're worthy of serving the Absolute. She's just some deep gnome slave. They all look much the same to me. What a hunt. Maybe you'll find a belt next. I'll stay back here. See if I can find some more gnomes. A few more and I reckon I could become a true soul. Now, you're a boat thief if I ever saw one. But nice of you to come back so I can split your skull. Share? You really are in the wrong place, son scum. Try this for useful. I'll keep watch here. Gnome might make a run for it. Do really well, and who knows? Maybe the Absolute will have space for you in her ranks. Deep gnome slave. They all look the same. But this one's got fancy boots. Nothing for you here. Cross the Ebon Lake to the sergeant. Or drown in it for all I care. In fact, if you ain't with the Absolute, I reckon you're more like the enemy. That's so. No bad thing to have more of the Absolute's warriors to hand, I suppose. Make yourself useful. Or maybe there'll be a little culling in the Absolute's ranks. Have fun with the slaves. Well, I'm stuck here. Well met, sir. Excavation. We've got orders to clear a passage through to some ruins. There's something in there the Absolute wants. Should be with the slave, or whatever's left of her. Find 'em, and Sergeant Thrin will reward you. Too loud, son scum. Heard you stumbling. Can hear you blinking. The stolen boots will do nicely as proof. And a true soul like yourself could name his prize then, I reckon. No. Something's wrong. You're no true soul. We're using them for excavation. There's some more ruins Moonrise wants us to make a path to. There's something hidden in them. Something the Absolute wants. Sergeant Thrin will cough up big to hear that slave's got a comeuppance. Serving the Absolute ought to be reward enough. But no matter. She's with the rest of our expedition across the lake. Special mission for the Absolute. Any sign of the runaway? Especially if you don't have a brand. Ought to see to that, all due respect. Any kid of mine ought to have more sense moving through the Underdark. Get those boots. Then we can talk rewards. The boots should give her away. Shut up and listen. Not that you need me to tell you that. Fine. I'll let you live, both true soul and drow. That slave'd jump off a ledge if she knew who was after her. Funny. You look like the sort to beg for mercy. I ain't the sort to question a drow. But that was the rottenest lie to ever meet my ears.
Death. Be conquered.
No matter. You won't get in any. Can't get past those rot flowers. They get in your head, make you see things. Half my squad jumped off a cliff, laughing.
You're a right miserable piece of work. Let's show that whelp what the Absolute's warriors can do.
Noise gets you eaten down here. Reckon I'll hush you before something hungry comes along. I'll fix that. Real quick and quiet. Backstabbing swine! Absolute will be stronger once you're dead. Well then, drow or not, I reckon I don't have to answer to you. Well, ain't that a crying shame for you? A true soul. Yes. Should have seen it right away.